It all started on a quiet Monday morning, the kind where everyone drags themselves to school, sleepy and half awake. But that morning, something unforgettable happened. The gates of Crestwood High swung open as the students streamed in, laughter echoing through the hallways. Among them was Ethan Reed, the school's most popular and wealthiest kid, the son of a powerful businessman who practically owned half the city. Everyone knew Ethan. His designer clothes, his flashy car, his expensive phone, but above all, his attitude. He believed money could buy anything: respect, loyalty, even justice. And then, there was Mr. Logan, the new English teacher. He was different from the others. Quiet, composed, with a soft voice that carried wisdom. He didn't shout, didn't punish unfairly, didn't play favorites. His first day in class, he said something that stuck in many minds. "You're not measured by what you own, but by what you give when you have nothing." The room had gone silent. "But Ethan?" He smirked. "Guess that means you don't have much to measure, huh, Teach?" The class laughed, but Mr. Logan only smiled and replied calmly, "Maybe not. But life has a way of testing what truly matters." From that day, Ethan made it his mission to break him. He mocked Mr. Logan's old car. He spread rumors that the teacher was a failed writer. He even convinced the cafeteria to accidentally mess up his lunch order. Every jab, every insult, Mr. Logan met it with patience. He never snapped, never complained. And that irritated Ethan more than anything, until one rainy afternoon changed everything. That day, after class, Ethan was showing off to his friends near the parking lot. Mr. Logan was walking toward his car, carrying a stack of papers soaked by the drizzle. Ethan, laughing, said loud enough for everyone to hear, "Hey, Teach, don't drown your homework." "Oh wait, you probably live in that car, right?" Mr. Logan stopped, turned to him, and simply said, "Ethan, I hope one day you'll understand what respect really means. It'll save you from a lot of pain." Something in his calmness burned Ethan's pride. He sneered, "You think you can talk to me like that? My dad's lawyer could have you fired in a day." But Logan didn't respond. He just got into his car, a rusty old sedan, and drove off. Ethan's friends burst into laughter. But deep down, something about that man's silence hit him harder than any insult could have. The next morning, the school buzzed with whispers. Someone had recorded Ethan's confrontation and posted it online, and the comments weren't kind. "Spoiled brat." "Entitled kid." "Disrespectful." Within hours, Ethan became the villain of Crestwood. Furious and humiliated, Ethan decided to teach Mr. Logan a lesson. He made a fake call to the police, claiming that his teacher had stolen his expensive watch, one he'd hidden himself, just to make it believable. When the cops arrived outside the school, Ethan stood there smugly, pointing toward Mr. Logan, who was locking his classroom door there. "That's him," Ethan said confidently. "He stole my watch." The officers approached Mr. Logan politely. "Sir, we've had a report about a missing watch. Mind if we ask a few questions?" Mr. Logan nodded calmly. "Of course, officers. I didn't take anything, but I'll cooperate fully." The entire school gathered to watch. Some students whispered nervously, others took out their phones to record. Ethan stood tall, ready to enjoy his victory, but then, one of the officers got a message through his radio. He frowned, stepped aside, and whispered to the other. They both turned to Ethan. "Son, can we see your watch box?" Ethan blinked. Yeah, it's in my locker," but they walked with him. Moments later, the crowd gasped when the cops came out, holding the stolen watch they just found hidden in his own locker. Mr. Logan stood quietly, watching. Ethan's face drained of color. No, that's a mistake. Someone must have put it there," he stammered, looking around desperately. The officer shook his head. "Son, filing a false report is a serious offense. You're coming with us." The laughter that had once surrounded Ethan vanished into stunned silence. As the officers gently led him away, Mr. Logan stepped forward and said softly, "Let him go, officers. He's still just a kid learning the hard way." The officer paused, then nodded, allowing Ethan to stay. The crowd slowly dispersed, whispers echoing through the air. Ethan stood there, eyes full of shame, unable to meet his teacher's gaze. "Why didn't you let them take me?" he asked. Mr. Logan smiled faintly. "Because everyone deserves a second chance." even the ones who make bad choices. That day, Ethan went home silent. That night, his father, the powerful businessman, called Mr. Logan personally to apologize. But Mr. Logan didn't mention punishment or revenge. Instead, he said, "Your son doesn't need consequences, sir. He needs guidance." Weeks passed. The arrogance that once surrounded Ethan slowly faded. He began staying after class, asking questions not about grades, but about life. He learned that Mr. Logan wasn't just a teacher, he was a former soldier, a man who'd lost everything in a car accident: his wife, his child, his home. Yet, he chose to rebuild, to teach, to give back. One afternoon, Ethan quietly left a letter on Mr. Logan's desk. It read, "You taught me what my dad's money never could: humility, respect, and forgiveness. I'll never forget what you did for me when I didn't deserve it. Thank you." When Mr. Logan read it, he didn't say a word. He just smiled, looked out the window, and whispered, "Maybe he finally understands." And from that day, Ethan changed, not because he was forced to, but because someone believed in him when no one else did. So if you're still watching this, remember this: respect costs nothing, but it can change everything. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and share it, because someone out there needs this reminder today. Sometimes, all it takes is one act of kindness to turn a life around.